Is anyone really surprised by this? This was a movie that had how many test audiences, how many reshoots, and every single test audience didn't like it. Now they're acting surprised that it's losing money. Captain America: Brave New World box office grosses drop nearly 50%. Analyst says film is tracking to lose at least $250 million. Who are they going to blame this on? Oh, let me guess. When the movie starts failing, which it already is, I'm sure they're going to start blaming the evil white men, right? Despite the fact that I guarantee you those test audiences were more than just white men. White, black, Latino, you name it, they were in there. And every single test group didn't like it. Every single one. That's why they had like 4 or 5 test groups. They had a test group, they did reshoots. They had another test group. No one liked it. Or if they want to blame racism or whatever for not liking it, oh my God, Captain America is black and those evil. So you're saying that Hollywood, whoever is gathering these people to do these test viewings, you're saying that they are intentionally going out of their way to make sure that there's nothing but far right extreme racists in the test audience? Is that what you're trying to imply, that these people, because you think these people just show up to see the movie? No, they're selected. So are you trying to say that, well, all these Hollywood people are saying that it's because of racism, and yeah, it definitely is because of racism and all the white. So you're saying that these people who go out to find these others, these individuals for the test viewings, that they're purposely selecting nothing but far right extreme MAGA supporters? Because do you understand how utterly ridiculous that sounds? No, it's a very diverse group of people, and no one liked it. Same thing with the movie theaters. You think it's just straight white dudes going to the movies? No. And it's still losing money. So who are you going to blame? Marvel Studios' latest film, released Captain America: Brave New World, saw its domestic box office grosses decline nearly 50% in its third weekend to just 15 million. The numbers reports the film continues to see its grosses decline rapidly at the box office. Can't imagine why. In its opening weekend, the film grossed just 88.8. Actually a nice number. 88.833 repeating, of course. $8 million, $88.8 million. It fell 68% in its second weekend to 28.1 million. One of the largest second weekend fall offs in Marvel history. Well, that's quite an achievement. And now it fell another 47% to 15 million its third weekend. The movie has grossed a total of 163.6 million domestically and another 128.1 million internationally, for a global gross of 341.7 million, which we know they had to keep doing reshoots, which stacked on another however 100 million. I'm sure it might mention this. Box office analyst OMB reviews noted that while these third weekend numbers are better than Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, it is not looking good for Captain America: Brave New World. He explained that by Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania's third week, the film had grossed 187.1 million domestically, compared to Brave New World's 163.6 million. Furthermore, Quantumania has already grossed. Nice. $420 million globally, while Brave New World has only done 340. That's quite a gap. fall into the gap, fall into the gap, fall into the gap, fall into the gap, fall into the gap. Remember those old Gap commercials? Um, and Old Navy and Gap. I don't know what their commercials are like now, but Walt Brave New World has only done 341 million so far. That's a very, very poor number. Very poor number. Some of the poorest numbers we've ever seen, especially for Marvel. Never before have we seen a number that small and sad. I would make another joke, but I don't want to push it. Given how far the film is already, how far the film already is, and its current trend, he noted that Brave New World might not even gross 400 million globally. Later he shared, we can expect the film? I'm sitting here thinking I'm having a fucking stroke or something. No, it's we can expect film to probably end well north of 250 million in losses. He then clarified that his projections are based off a projected $300 million budget. Well, $300 million budget. Despite trade outlets claiming the film only costs $100 million, despite Marvel's trend of massive budgets, as well as numerous comments from actors indicating how they reshot the entire... Yeah. Every time they had a test audience and it failed, they had to reshoot. So they went through like 4 or 5 reshoots. He declared, it's a very generous number to say it's right now expected to be around 250 million plus in the red. It will likely be a lot higher than that. Even that being the case, the film's not going to make its money back, and the numbers are not looking good for it. Very bad, very, very bad numbers. We're looking at these numbers, and they're not very good at all. People are crying on the left. Why are these numbers so small? Will be one of the biggest box office losses in the MCU's history. I think you forgot an S there. I don't think there is anything like a box office loses. Now, if it was to say the box office loses this much money, yeah, but it will be one of the biggest box office loses. Your winner. In MCU's history, he added, I'm not surprised. Like after like 4 test viewings, when do they say, hey, maybe we shouldn't be doing this movie? Clearly no one likes it. And again, people are going to try to chalk it up to racism and the evil white far right extremists and blah blah blah. So again, you're saying that only white men are going to the movies? Only MAGA supporters are going to the movies? Only MAGA supporters are going, that were selected for these test viewings? Is that what you're trying to imply? Because again, do you understand how ridiculous that sounds? Trying to constantly blame racism on the failings of movies and games and all that? Because, and I bring up MAGA supporters because all MAGA supporters are racist, apparently. They're all homophobes, phobes, this and isms. But then they're trying to say that the movies are failing because of these people. So are you saying that no one else is watching these apart from these evil homo, the phobes, this and isms, who, if people are racist, they're not going to watch a movie with a fucking black man in it. It's like, it reminds me of that Dave Chappelle thing that he was doing about Juicy Smouye. And they're like, about how about racists and homophobes, Like, if they're, people are racist and homophobic, they're not even going to know who this dude is because they're not going to be watching the show, watching Empire. It's like, they're not even going to know who this dude is. So, Captain America, who was white, is now black. You really think racists are going to be watching this? Come on. Like, stop with the copium here. Like, seriously, when does the copium stop? Because that's what every single time. That's what when something fails, it's always because of racists. It's always because of phobes and isms. Maybe they should look at the fact that they had 4 test audiences and no one liked it. And instead of really listening, because I'm sure they asked for feedback, instead of asking, what about the movie? So either these people didn't give good feedback, or they did give feedback, and Hollywood just didn't like what they had to say. Which I wouldn't be surprised, because nowadays Hollywood doesn't care about making money. It's about sticking it to the chuds. Oh, sticking it to those phobes and isms, even at the cost of money. Sweet, glorious money. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if people were giving them genuine feedback, and Hollywood was like, well, fuck that. Because they can't help themselves. These people can't help themselves. So, again, 4 or 5 test viewings, 4 or 5 reshoots, and the movie is still not good. If you've seen the movie, let me know what the problem is here. Let me know what the problem is here. And I'm sure you saw the audience before the lights went dark. Let me know, was it all evil, racist white men? Racist white men who wouldn't even be watching something if it has a black man in it because, they're racist. But let me know, if you went to see this movie in theaters, what was the audience like? Was it a diverse group of people? Or was it all evil, racist, Donald Trump supporters just there to review bomb the movie, just to see it and say how bad it was? Let me know what the audience was like in your theater, because I seriously doubt it's nothing but white dudes, because white dudes are apparently the bane of everyone's existence. So, if you saw the movie, let me know what you think what the problem was. Probably the same reason that everyone else had. Hollywood just didn't want to. Was it not action-packed enough? Was the dialogue not good? Was the story not good? Did they underutilize Harrison Ford as Red Hulk? I mean, what went wrong? Because 4 reshoots, and they still didn't get it right. So if you want to see it, let me know. But the typical people online are going to come out and say, oh, there's just a bunch of phobes, this and isms, because we're not fucking smart enough to think of anything else, and we're not smart enough to actually take criticism and understand why the movie failed in the first place. Instead, we're just going to put the blame on people who don't fucking exist. not exist, or rather, they don't exist in the capacity that these people are claiming that they exist. So, yeah, let me know. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.